got some people up this morning. Nice. It's Sunday morning. And I think that, uh, let's see, what did I do here? Home. I want that. I want the live. Live. On Sunday morning. It's free government money. And I was raised Catholic, and so oh man, it was painful going to church every Sunday, at least for me. And so even though I don't practice Catholicism anymore, I never got good at it. But there's still you can't take the Catholicism out of the boy. Maybe you can take the boy out of Catholicism, but you can't take the Catholicism out of the boy. So that's why I said, boy, this is Sunday morning. We should have our own church in some way to help each other. And I think that's what religions are. I mean, this is a part of our society where we help each other. And the government is that way too. The government and faith organizations are there to help each other. They're not there to make money. Sure, they have to make money to survive, and government has to have taxes to keep helping people. But that's the part of us that help us, and it's an important part, I think, of being a human being is helping other human beings, and I think that's the best part. The older I get, and don't trust me because, yeah, I'm 83 years old, so I'm sure I thought differently at 33. Uh, but the older and older I get, I see that that is the one part of our nature that is can help you grow. In other words, um, at least for men in this society, we try to get stronger, we try to get faster, we try to get smarter. Every year, we work on that and go to the gym and take classes and all that. But there's a part of our life that we don't work on enough, and that's our heart. So how do you grow your heart? Oh, the AI camera thought I went off the screen. It's still looking for me. Let's get AI back in place here. Oh, why doesn't it want me to be there? Uh, okay. See, just see my shoulder. Maybe I can't do that. Uh, Come on. Okay, now we got it. I think at least a little better in Lessgohelp. Um, but so that to me, what government is all about, that's for me what nonprofit is all about, is those there that are not there to make money off you, but there to help you. And that's what we do. Don't we want to help our family? I mean, we don't charge when the kid wants to go to school. We don't send them a bill at the end of the semester. No, that's our child that we want to grow in our society and that make them have a nicer life. And then our neighbor that's in trouble, we don't, if the neighbor's house is on fire, we don't go over and, yeah, I'll help you with the fire, but yeah, I better check your credit card first. No, we have a fire department that comes out and helps them. So that's part of our society. And and then we have capitalism that is really wants to get paid for everything. And that works well too. But to me, it's both. Capitalism is great. I like it because it shows you if you're doing something of value to somebody else. and and that's what I can see because you work like hell at something and nobody wants to pay for it. Then what the hell are you doing it for? It's like masturbating in a way. You're doing it just to please yourself, and we're here to please other people. And so that's what I think that helping other people. So nonprofits and government offices are the way that we decided, to help each other in our society when we can't pay the rent, and so we don't have to live on the street, uh, or we have a health condition that we can't afford it. So it's to help that. We're going to watch people die just because they don't have money. I mean that is inhuman to me. People don't have food. We're going to do that, and we're the richest country in the world. I mean, this is the most hypocritical thing I've ever felt. Is that how could the richest nation in the world have the largest poverty rate? We have more poverty in this country than any other developed country. Sure, Africa and countries that we don't even know how to pronounce. sure have higher poverty rates, but in the developed countries, and there's about 30 or 35 of them, we have a higher poverty rate than anybody else. It's like 17%. How do we get around? We have more millionaires and billionaires than anybody else. So how do we square that? You know, how can we walk out of our homes and our stylish homes and realize that we have more poor people? You know, and now, and what's upsetting to me about the budget is that they're taking away money from people who don't have any to give it to people who have more than any millionaires and billionaires. I mean, this is just absurd to me. And sure, they say waste, fraud, and abuse, but and you're right. I mean, there is, I'm sure, waste in all programs that people take advantage of, and they probably aren't eligible for. But you think the rich people don't do that? The rich people get more government money than anybody else. You know, I mean, it's through the tax system. They're not paying their fair share. There's a $1 trillion. Okay, the same amount of money that we're going to give to millionaires in this new tax thing is the same amount that the millionaires owe us as a company, as a country. We have a tax system, and they're supposed to pay taxes. You voted on it like everybody else. They vote on it. Problems to help the poor. They vote on problems to help the rich. But they're not paying the current taxes. I mean, there's somewhere between 600 million and $1 trillion every year that goes uncollected. So they're not collecting people that owe taxes. Now that seems crazy. Why are we in debt and have to borrow from China when people in America owe us trillions of dollars because they don't pay their taxes? Why are they freeloading? Why isn't that fraud and abuse? Yeah. I mean, that's crazy to me. And particularly when you're hurting people that are vulnerable, to help people that are not. It's just something in my heart says that is entirely wrong. I'm not a philosopher, I'm not a big reader, and things like that. But you have to feel that there's something wrong about that. And when so many good people are out in this country trying to solve problems, trying to help, and they get the rug pulled out from behind. I mean, government programs that are really there to help them. Just somebody woke up one day and said, "No, we're going to get rid of, hundreds and hundreds, probably a couple 100,000 people just overnight. They lost their jobs overnight. They were working there, God, 20, 30 years, and they locked the door on them." How is that kindness? Why do we want to be a country like that? That's what I don't understand. Why do we have to do things that are mean? Meanness creates meanness because if you're hurt, you want to fight that, and then you have to almost act like the other crowd that's acting mean to you because you don't know what else to do. That's very difficult. For my work, the last 50 years, I've been studying government programs, and I'm going to do it for at least 10 more. At 83, I figure, I'll be lucky if I get 10 more, right? I'd take off 5 years. And that's important. And I see that nobody's doing this, and that's why I created a service now that I think the government I should not be doing this. Believe me, I think other people, the government should be doing a better job of telling people about this, but no, they don't have money to do that. Congress doesn't give them money to do that. That's why Congress doesn't give the IRS money to collect the unpaid bills that are sitting $1 trillion, well, 600 million to $1 trillion every year goes uncollected. So that be, $12 trillion that are just sitting there that could get rid of our debt if people paid their goddamn bills. Talk about who, and then they blame people for, fudging on their money to get food versus people who don't need money are fudging to not pay their taxes. And it hurts. I mean, I don't know about your heart, but it certainly hurts my heart because I see that more hurt. So what I want to do is at least tell people it's not all gone. You know, sure, it really hasn't done anything that'll affect most people who need money and help. That hasn't really started yet. And if it does start with this new legislation, there'll just be a little bit in the beginning, and it'll get worse as it goes on. But don't worry about it now. Worry about it in that it's going to affect long term, not today. And today, if you have a problem, how do you know they are just that? The internet says that the government's going to get 1.79. Is that $1,000? Certain individuals. How do you know who they are? Don't know what that means, Vicky. Call administrative costs and give it to other countries. Are you talking about foreign aid? I don't know, but you know. Well, foreign aid is about $40 billion, and I think it save millions and millions of lives. So if we don't want to do that, we have to decide not to do that. But $40 billion is a drop in a bucket, you know, in what's going on to our deficit or anything. If you have $40 billion there, or you have 600 to $1 trillion somewhere else, that is obviously going to waste the people who don't need it. So maybe I don't understand what you're saying, Vicky. But okay, let's get back to how to find out what's available for you now, because there's lots of help, and don't worry about it. And they'll be a little bit different and a little bit harder to get. That's all okay. Anytime you go out and want to do something in life, there are always going to be obstacles. So we got a little new obstacle. That's another new, bump in the road that you have to take care of. That's all. That just takes perseverance. So if you don't have the perseverance to get something, and normally it takes perseverance to get programs that are not advertised, and that's what we do at Lessgohelp. We give you unlimited one-on-one help to apply to every program you're eligible for. And again, I say the government should be doing this, but they're not. And thank God. We've been doing it for 2, 3 years now, and we have now 15,000 members that help each other apply to these programs. I don't know if you can see this. This is our website, lessgohelp.com. So it's on backwards. Oh, damn it, there goes the AI. It's showing my messy desk. You want to see a messy desk? Oh, damn. Come on, AI. Boy, that is such a pain. How do I get out of those effects? No, I'm going to unplug it. Stay tuned on Lessgohelp, because we're going to try to get this switched now into do it. Okay. Do it again. Okay. So stay tuned on Lessgohelp. Maybe. Yeah. I like that part of my apartment. Good morning. Hi, Ivy. Now you see, I can control this. Uh, Damn, this thing is terrible. What is this going on? Why doesn't it like me? Maybe the CIA is after me or something. Oh, that's a little better. Okay. We're at least in the zone, and we're a little bit not perfect yet. But let's tell you how to find programs without paying me money, okay? If you want help, that's great. If you don't need help, let me tell you the 3 best sources to get money and help to do anything, okay? But you then have to do the work. I mean, that's the thing where people think that all you have to do is get the right application. Yes, you do, but that takes some work. And you can't go to Google to do that, because Google will give you 200 million applications, and that gives you a bigger problem than what you started with. So you don't want to go to Google to figure that out. You want to go to these websites. First is findhelp.org. So you go to findhelp.org. Okay. Now that is a great place. That alone has 600,000 websites that give out free money and help. Okay. And I estimate there's about another 150,000 grants. So you have 600,000 grants in that one website, and it's for all over the country. And everything there will never charge you money. 600,000 grants, and everything there will never charge you money. And that's at findhelp.org. O-R-G. All the people that all the people that give money for free are either .com, no, .org or .gov. So they're the people that give money. The .coms are going to have to get money from you because they're capitalists. The other are government offices and nonprofit organizations, which is that's what the community has. The community has free help to help people in the community. Okay, and we do that through nonprofit organizations and government offices. So that's why this website, findhelp.org, and 212.org is another one, but I like findhelp.org, it's better. And 212 asks you to call 212, and that's okay, but I don't think really good because you're relying on a person who is an operator. You know, it's like, Mabel, can you see Harry's home? And the old time phones, and you call an operator to get connected. And they don't know this will work. They don't know if you're looking for money for fixing up your home. They don't know about it. They'll give you a item or two maybe, and you have to talk to these people, people the money to get out of debt or whatever. That is all there for free. Okay, and those organizations are, and they're not in Google. So that's why you have to stay out of Google, because Google will show you people that say they do that, but they're just saying that their motive is to get money for themselves. Okay, so they're going to tell you what's good for them and try to make it sound like it's good for you so they can get your money. Okay, when it's really just good for them. So these people that I'm showing you are only people that are trying to figure out what's good for you, not just what's good for them, because they get paid no matter what you do. So that's why they're in a better position to give you a straight answer about what's best for you to do, not what's best for them to do, for you to do. So they're not after your money. They're there to help you. That's all they do. So you could go there, and I just did it recently because I did another little video on this. Uh, and here I went in and looked for Philadelphia, and I put in financial emergencies. So if you're looking for something, financial emergencies, okay, you could go to findhelp.org, all right, and you put in your zip code for Philadelphia, and you'll see, and then put a keyword called financial emergencies. And what I found were 567 nonprofit organizations and government offices that help people in financial emergencies. Okay, so that's 560 organizations, 560, all give money for free, just in Philadelphia, 560. Okay, and they're for all kinds of people. Emergency financial aid is one of them. And the next one is City of Philadelphia Office of Homeless Services Prevention. Okay, financial empowerment cities centers. Grab and go meals. I guess people need that. Consumer assistance referral evaluation programs. Provides payment assistance to residential customers with special circumstances. Might include medical emergencies, unemployment, or other temporary problems. Okay. Utility assistance, financial assistance. Okay. A special program will access to clean, safe water. Okay, so if you can't pay your water bill. Yeah, and there's another utility program. Benny Philly Center connects low-income Philadelphians with benefits they deserve. At the Benny Philly Centers, applicants learn about benefits available to them as well as critical supports. Okay, So they help you fill out the forms for all the benefits that you know. And see the basic benefits, food stamps and all that kind of stuff you could think about. I mean, that income now could go up to 40 or $50,000 and 60,000 depending on the program. And there's about 7 to 10 programs like that in every city. So that at least you have to go to. Okay, and that's only 10 of the 550. So now what you have to do is go through that and call people. Okay, so maybe you're a senior. Okay, here's one: emergency fund for seniors. Okay, provides assistance to at-risk low-income people who are facing hardship. This program, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, you call them. Here's their number: 215-765-9040. You call them and say, hey, I don't know if I apply, if I'm eligible for you, but I'm 50 years old, or I'm 60, or I'm 30, 40, and I have a financial problem. Can you help me? And then they'll say yes, no, or maybe. Okay, if they say no or maybe, then you have to say, where else do you think I can go to get help? You have to ask for help. You're never going to get any help in this country unless you ask for it. Okay, so you have to call people like these people who are in business just to help you. Okay, and that's all they do. That's all they want to do. And they get paid to do this, so they don't have to charge you any money. Now, what could be better than that? It's not your Uncle Harry or your Aunt Mabel that will listen to you complain, but can't help you. Okay? But they don't know how, they don't know what's there. So it's not bad because it gives you some peace of mind, but you want real help. That's right. Here you have 567 organizations that have real help, and certainly all of them can't help you, but they all know more than you or Aunt Melly or Uncle Hank will ever know, and they know other sources because they deal with these problems every day. They're the people that are in the best positions to help you get out of your difficulty, and they're paid to do that. And see, what amazes me is 40% of everything in our country are people like this. 40%, and you think we're all assholes, don't you? Because we don't help you. You're barking up the wrong tree. You got to go to the people that get paid to help you. We don't. We're struggling ourselves. We're all struggling in life. So you have to find that 40% that is just there to help you and do nothing but help people like that. Wow, what a job! I mean, that's like being a priest or a rabbi or something. You're there to help people, and they get paid to it. They get more than a priest or rabbi if you get paid. So let them help you, and they know more sense of the money. The churches have some money for this certainly, but actually the churches are the ones that get money from the government to give out too. So that's why the churches and nonprofits are very important. Okay, Benny Philly Center. Okay, that's the one person. Cooling centers. How do you like that? Emergency shelter allowance. So the Department of Human offers emergency shelter allowance to help homeless or near homeless family or individual stop eviction, find long-term place to live, and find something. I don't know what the rest cut off. See, the help that's out there. Our closet in your neighborhood. Okay, you need clothes. Provides food and clothing as well as access to services and benefits for families and individuals. You have to ask for help. Please ask for help. Emergency housing for women, housing counseling for and literacy and financial literacy. And I'm only up to 30. Financial counseling. Okay, Sentinel Pharmacy Services prescription medication. See, free prescription drugs, financial assistance, utility assistance, food pantry, oil assistance program. Okay, direct oil assistance eligible residents. Uh, oh, Smiley came up. Are we playing soccer? Yeah. With soccer? Oh. Okay, but they're at soccer or something? They're finished. Oh, they're finished soccer? Oh, really? Wow. Huh. Well, that was cool. We had 2 grandkids here, and Smiley uh, does that with her. Just run through it. And they're like 2 and 4. Man, it's hard to keep up with those guys. Two guys. They have another like 6-month-old or something at home. So they got 3 sons. It always reminds me of there was a show on TV when I was growing up called My Three Sons. And I remember the actor's name was played the father, Fred McMurray. What was his name? See how television affects us so much. This guy was a mainstay in late night. Yeah, yeah, Carrie, dude. Good morning. I said, hi, Marilyn. Yeah, well, I see there's still needs out there, and needs from people who can really use these programs. The rich are getting richer, and the poor are going nowhere. So that means they're getting less. And everybody is this country, 50% of the country cannot afford. I think it's up to 60% if they got a $500 bill. So you got emergency things. That's why here. So you need that $500 thing. Okay, you start learning these services because these services there are to help you. Now it's not going to be easy. You're going to have to make a bunch of phone calls. Yes, but if you have another way to do it, do it. But you probably don't. So you have to use these services. If you have another way, fine. But it's like anything. You want to start a business, okay? There's so much help to start a business, but it's not how you would like it. Yes, life isn't like I would like it either. But you got to learn what it is and use what it is. And there's help there, but it's not the way you would like it to be. So you have to learn what it is and use it as it is because there's help out there. I remember you screaming at me at late night TV. Yes, that was me. And see, I did a shitty job. People still don't understand uh, what they have uh, to help them for free. And actually, now I have a better service than back in the '90s. I was selling books, and people get these books, and they're bigger than any Bible you've ever had, and they wouldn't do anything because it takes work. But now, for the first time in 50 years of doing it, I have something called Lessgohelp.com. Now, I'm going to sneak this up on maybe is it going to go away? Is it going away? uh, okay. And what we do there, we have 15,000 members now. That's $20 a month. And what they do is everybody helps everybody else get government money. So when they learn about a program, they apply for it, they share it with everybody else in the community, and they help you. And every day we have 3, 4, 5 hours of people that are live, members that tell you how they got the money. You ask them questions. Hey, would I fit into this? How would I do this? What did you do? What did you say? Things like that is all there for you. And that's why it's only $20 a month. I never thought I'd do that. Everybody told me no, I have to charge $500 or $5,000, and I used to. But anymore, I don't want to do that. I don't want to help people who could afford that. I want to help people who really need this money. So that's why $20 enough to keep the lights on for us. And actually, it's been so profitable. We give money back to members. We give up $50,000 to $70,000 back to members. That's right. We give you back the money that you gave us. But it's like a lottery, so I can't guarantee you'll get it back. But man, we give $1 million or so back already. It's a small little business, so it's big to me. So the government is peanuts. That's why I really want to teach you how to buy a lollipop. I haven't seen you 25 years. And I just say, oh, nice. Thank you. Home grants, please. Home grants, please. I could use help. Well, what do you mean? You want to buy a home? If you're a member, then on the membership website, we have a place called uh, Unlock My Goals. And there's a step-by-step video instructions and help and personal help to help you get out of debt. Because one of them is debt and paying your bills. The next one is starting a business. And then the next one is buying a house. Okay, I will tell you again, stay away from my son's buying a house and also starting a nonprofit or getting free medical care and prescription drugs. And the other one is, career. In fact, the government is giving more government grants for you to change your career than any time I've been studying this in 50 years. And there's so much there. And it's all for people without college degrees because what's happening in our society, we need trained people, but not trained people with a bachelor's degree. we need trained people in skills. And these are skills don't require you sitting there in English class. Okay? They require you to learn something on the job. So the government is paying you to go on the job and learn these skills. And they'll pay you $40,000, $50,000, depends on the skill and things like that, and where you live. But they pay you money to learn. Not going to college and paying college $40,000. You get paid $40,000 to learn. So we show you about those programs and how to do that, because every city, every county, there's dozens of them. You could go right now and go to findhelp.org that I told you about, findhelp.org, call administrative class and give it to other. Don't know what that is. Um, find out directing the grants for a museum. Yes, do you want to run a museum? Is that what you want to do? Is it Dorothy? Dorothy? Is that Dorothy? Well, what I would do is go over on the left-hand side and look for start my nonprofit. Okay, because a museum, I assume you're a nonprofit, and uh, they'll help you. Cradle to grave. Do not go Google. Do not look at Google for anything. You're just going to get people that will make you sound like that's perfect, but they're just there to get you money. So you want to stay away from that, and you want to get the free help that will sit down with you and help you think through your problem and what you have, and also hook you up with what's out there, because they do this lots. Okay, and if one doesn't help you, you find another person to do that, because there's so many that there's thousands of people all over the country that do this for free to help you start nonprofits or businesses or anything. But you don't find them because you go to Google and look for them. Hey, Navy, how do you know that, Mr. Whipple? What was I running in the Navy? Somewhere. Yeah, it was a great experience. I never had more responsibility again for the rest of my life. But I'm certainly having fun. And that's the important thing. Because grants for women business owners, yes. Um, where you want to start is go to sba.gov. Now, you're not going to contact SBA, they don't have grant money. But you go to sba.gov slash local hyphen assistance, sba.gov slash local hyphen assistance. Or go to this website, which is, if somebody write this in the chat so you can see this, it's tiny, T-I-N-Y, URL. So somebody write that in. tinyurl.com slash Lesgo local business. tinyurl.com slash Lesgo local business. tinyurl.com slash Lesgo local business. Anybody gonna write that in? Y'all selfish bastards, right? Help somebody. Help somebody. Yeah. I want to help somebody. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so they told me that through uh, let's go ahead. Uh, link please for home grants. Well, the best place to start for buying a home is get an appointment with a housing counselor, free housing counselor that HUD gives money to help you start that. And that is at HUD.gov slash and then counseling, HUD.gov slash counseling. But actually, for all these services too, you can go to those three websites and look. One is findhelp.org, findhelp.org. Another was chatgpt.com, and the other one is perplexity, P-E-R, Plex, P-L-E-X-I-T-Y, P-E-R, P-L-E-X-I-T-Y .ai. Those three websites are where you can always find only free money and help to solve your problem. If you want to pay money to solve your problem, then you go to Google and you Google your heart out and spend your heart out. And it's there for you to give them cash. That's what they're there for. They're the richest country in the world. And they don't even tell you about this free money stuff, okay? And that's 40% of everything in our economy is people giving out free money. But you'll never find that in Google. You know, they don't have 40% of the stuff giving free money. I see capitalism only represents 60% of our economy. 40% is this community part that is government offices and nonprofit organizations. That's why this is a Sunday sermon. And you have to know how to use what's out there. Always a pleasure. Oh, that's awfully nice, but it is. I mean, it's so frustrating because it's there for us, and the rich people are using the hell out of it. We got more millionaires and billionaires in this country than any other country in the world, and we have more poor people than any other developed country. So all the rich countries, there's about 30 or 40 of them, and we're number one in creating poor people. Now that is disgusting. And wages for 90% of us have not moved in the last 45 years. Wages are flat. Well, it went up about 30%. That's nothing. The economy went up 300%, and wages for 90% of us only went up 30%. But inflation also went up 300%. So if your income only went up 30% in the last 25 years, and wages, I mean, your wages only went up 30%, and your cost of living went up 300%. You're screwed. I mean, it's and why they want to take away any benefits you have to help paying expenses when nobody can afford the cost of living that's going on, and it keeps going on. And you could see this in the data, and don't look just at yesterday and today. You have to look at this at a long term, over the years, how that has happened. Okay, this is the chart. A couple of charts here. Okay, this is the consumer price index. I see how 300% since 1980 it went up. Consumer price index. Okay, this is income. Average income went up 30%. The rich people, it went up 300%. So they're taken care of. We don't have to worry about that. But it's this 90% that income only went up 30% and cost of living went up 300%. See, that's where people are hurting. You know that. I know that. But that is a tough one. And even like the rich people, net worth. You have no money in the bank because the net worth of people is that 90%. The bottom 90% of net worth went nowhere in 25 years. So, of course, the top 10%, their net worth keeps increasing. So the government increases. I mean, our economy increases. Okay. And it's all going to that top 10%. The rest of us are getting screwed. And I think under this administration, they're going to do it more, aren't they? Here, you want to look at another wage scale. What's going on? And this is from the same period, back in 1980. The average CEO made 31 times what the average worker made. Okay, back in 1979. Now they make 400 times more than what the average worker makes. So that means for every dollar a worker's getting, the CEO is getting $400. And back then it was only $31. That's where it's going. So bad. And here, and that hurts. And you know it hurts. You see it all. Every family is fighting like hell just to stay alive. And government benefits are part of that. And so they want to cut government benefits, which is crazy. Wage growth, wow. Okay. You don't need me looking for that, do you? Okay, let's go back to stated members. How can I have some members here? If you want to join us too, okay, we're still for sale. $20 a month, unlimited one-on-one help to apply to every government program there is. And we have 15,000 members that help each other apply for these programs, okay? And that's what Let's Go Help is all about. People helping people. SBO, thank you, Charles. Thank you, Charles, for writing out somebody early. Open a museum. Okay, call administrative costs. Okay, I'm still not sure what that means, Vicky. Okay, any other member questions? Okay, and I see, let's see what the other, okay, uh, Let's Go Help here. Um, let's see what calendar, what other, okay, today there's a 5 o'clock live and a 7 o'clock and an 8:15, okay? Oh, and a 9:30, okay? So today there's 4 more hours of members helping members live to show you how they got the money so you can do it too. 4 more hours. Wow. It's already noon. It's only noon. So you got 4 more hours to hop on there and get the one-on-one help that you could get. And if you're not a member yet, here it is. Okay, letsgohelp.com. So join us, and also when you get something, learn how wonderful it is to tell other people how they could take advantage of these programs too. Okay, letsgohelp.com. Uh, and I will be doing this for at least for 10 years. Uh, I don't know what happens after that. I won't be here. I really don't give a shit. Maybe they'll figure something out. But until then, I'm going to be here every day and helping as much as I can to teach people about what a great country this is. But it's not what you see in Google or this other stuff that's in our uh, information explosion things. There's good people out there that are helping you, but you're not going to see them on Google or you know TikTok and all these things. They're there to make money. Okay, so that's it. You want to find the real market. I'm poor. My family always been poor, and I don't care. I'd rather struggle and feel alive. You're right, because I can have whatever I want when I want. I feel more rewarding to it. Absolutely. And that's why if you need money to earn more, see, what I would do is go to careeronestop.org and make an appointment with a counselor there. There's a lot of programs where you could get certificates within a short period of time that you could earn a lot more money. Okay. And that's where, or even start your own business. They'll help you for free for doing that too. So that's a way, okay, by getting the skills to help you do that. Yes, I was in Navy, 3 years, 2 months, and 9 days. Uh, yeah, I never had more responsibility again for the rest of my life. Now I'm a two-bit salesman. Okay, thank you guys. See you soon.